I get a taxi to work every day. I have done for a number of years now. Where we live, it's quite hard for me to get a bus because I either have to walk up a hill or down a steep hill. And since my ankle fusions on both ankles, I don't really do hills anymore. So it's just easier to get a taxi. My PIP pays for the taxis. Unfortunately, since they took away my DLA and changed it into PIP, it doesn't quite cover my taxes anymore. I'm probably about 100 quid short. So that comes out of my wages, which I don't know, I suppose is fair enough, really. Sometimes it annoys me that it comes out of my wages. Other times I sort of accept it. I'm lucky that I get any money at all. So that's fine. My taxi is usually always late. It was late this morning.
am trying to pick a new book because I finished my book last night. I'm not really sure what I want to read. I've got a lot of things to read. We've got lots of books, lots of bookshelves. I don't really know what I want to read. Oh, this is Neil's Spartan trophy. So I've done quite well with my reading so far this year. I don't know. This was really good. I haven't read this one yet. I started this one, but never finished it. I haven't got around to restarting it yet. This is a tricky decision. I think I might go for some non-fiction, and I'm going to read Brereton's Phantasmagoria, a compendium of monsters, myths and legends. So, I have just got home from work. I'm really tired, like really tired, and I'm in quite a lot of pain today. My hip hurts, my back hurts, my hair hurts where I've had it tied up all day. I've got a headache. My water infection is really taking a hold on me. So I'm really glad that I have got tomorrow off work. I used to work full time, so 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, but after my last op on my ankle, after my last op on my ankle, I just couldn't do the full day anymore, the full week, so I reduced, that's my cat's butt for you, I reduced my hours by 1 day, so I don't work Wednesdays anymore, and I really need that day. I need like a day to recover, to get over 2 days. I used to not bat an eyelid, but it's even worse if we've sort of been busy at the weekend and done things at the weekend. It's even harder to get through 2 days. So yeah, that's how it is. I'm usually pretty exhausted by Tuesday afternoon, sort of fighting to stay awake almost. I've got a bit of a problem with being able to stay awake in the day lately. No problem at all staying awake at night, but in the day I'm just a bit, I can't stay awake. So yeah, and that's all part of it really. That's part of my life, is just being permanently exhausted, because having a disability and managing a disability and getting up every day is completely exhausting. I usually have a bath in the evenings because I can't in the morning. I'm too unsteady, I'm too uneven. When I walk, I can't sort of really stand up very well because my body's just been doing nothing overnight, and I sort of seize up a bit when I'm not doing anything. So I usually have my bath in the evenings. I can't really shower anymore because I'm not safe. I don't feel safe or steady enough to stand in the shower. So I have a bath, and that takes a long time, and I struggle to get in and out, and it's exhausting. So Tuesday night I often don't have a bath, and when I get up tomorrow morning I'll have a bit more time to get around, and I won't have to be as quick to leave the house because I won't be doing anything. So tomorrow I will have my bath and I'll wash my hair, just to sort of give my body a little chance to recover from 2 days of work really. So that's it. I'm not doing anything this evening. I could do a tidying up a bit because everywhere's a bit of a mess, but as I say, I'm headachy and tired, and I don't really want to do anything. It's been a long day. So it's about 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning, I stayed in bed a little bit longer. I was awake, but I stayed in bed. Just I don't know, for no real reason. I could have got up earlier. And then I took my time sort of mooching around upstairs, getting my legs sort of working properly whilst I ran the bath. And then I had a bath, I washed my hair. Now I'm going to take all of my pills. So I've mentioned before, if you sort of follow my stories on Instagram, I have mentioned before that I really struggle to take tablets. I'm not very good at it. I gag, I have to push them quite far down my throat so that I can swallow them. I'm really not good with pills at all, and I hate taking them. And as my husband will testify, sometimes I've been really good recently, really good lately, last few months, longer than the last few months. But sometimes I will just not take them because I can't bear the thought of taking them. So I am trying to be good. I am trying to take them every day. Neil messages me every morning to remind me to take them, which sort of prompts me to do it. So yeah. So I'm going to tell you what they're all for. So I take chlorperazine, which is for nausea. I take Accrete D3, which is calcium and vitamin D, because I'm a celiac, my sort of nutrient intake isn't great because I can't have the gluten. So my vitamin D and my calcium are sort of quite low. I do have really strong, healthy bones. I have had a DEXA scan before, which is like a bone density scan. So I do know that I've got super strong bones, so that's really good. Next up is nefapam hydrochloride, which is a painkiller. You alright, Rock? And then I take mebeverin, which is sort of helps counteract my stomach issues. I have mild colitis. It's not sort of a really serious issue. Sometimes it flares up, but mostly I am completely fine. I take Docusate, which is for my bowels. Again, that's because of the colitis. And my Sacral Agenesis also causes some issues, so I take Docusate to counteract that. What is next? Next up is propranolol, which slows my heart rate. I can never open the tub. It's a child safety one, and I've never been able to open it. So yeah, the propranolol is for anxiety and panic attacks. And I think that is it for the morning. That's all I take in the morning. I take some more at night. Also what I've got in here is rizatriptan, which is I take when I get a migraine trigger, in the hopes that it will stop the migraine. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. On top of my tablets, I take some vitamins because I have a bit of a rubbish diet. I don't get enough vitamins, I don't get enough minerals. So I take Wicked Gummy Co.'s multivitamin gummies, and I take their hair, skin and nail gummies, and I take their happy tummy gummies. So I have 2 of those a day. Oh, the cat's trying to eat my tablet. I take 2 of those a day, and to be honest, since I've been taking them for a few months now, and actually my hair is better, my nails are certainly strong. I mean, it's hard to tell because I have gels and acrylics over the top of them, but my nails are a lot stronger. My hair is better. Again, it's hard to tell because I have it coloured, but it doesn't sort of break as much. My tummy does feel a little bit better, so I think even if it's a placebo, I like to think that they're helping, so that's good. I take my tablets just with water. I can't drink tap water. I'm really funny about tap water, so I do drink bottled water. Even filtered tap water I don't really do. It to me has got a horrible taste, and I can't drink it, so I don't. Sorry. So I'm going to take all my tablets now and then get dressed, and then I've got some chores to do today. I'm going to film a vlog for Estellosaurus Reads, and then I'm just going to chill out really. I'm not going to do anything. I'm pretty tired. My hip has been playing up for the last few days, as well as my ankle, so my right side is in quite some pain. I've got a mouthful of ulcers at the moment as well, so that generally means I'm a little bit run down. So I'm just not feeling the love for myself today. So I'm not really going to do too much, just few little bits and pieces just to keep on top of the housework, and film a vlog. So I'm going to go and get dressed now. So as a disabled person, I like to remain I like to remain independent and do as much around the house as I can because I'm a strong, independent woman. Hey buddy. Sexy Crocs, right? So this is the washing I need to put on, and I need to get down the stairs. I need both hands to hold both stair rails because else I will fall and break my neck. I'm not very steady on my feet. So my workaround is this. I make sure there are no cats in the vicinity, which there are not. I have just found the scrunchie that Rocco stole earlier. And then I'm going to fling this bag down the stairs. Sort of perfect. And then I can walk down the stairs easily. When I get to the bottom, pick the washing up and take it through to the kitchen. Easy peasy. I've done some chores, I've put the washing on, I've tidied a bit, I've cleaned a little bit, and I am now in so much pain. My hip hurts, my back hurts, my ankles hurt, and that's all from doing maybe 15-20 minutes of really light housework. So as much as I like to think that I am a strong, independent woman, unfortunately, whilst I am strong-willed, I'm physically very weak. So whilst I continuously push myself to do everything that I possibly can, because I want to be strong, I want to be independent, I don't want to be a burden on anybody, I push myself and I end up in a lot of pain, a detriment to my health. And I do it every day, and I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I feel the need to prove my disability wrong every day, but there we go. I've still got to do the hoovering, but I can't at the moment. I can barely move. I've sat down. I'm going to have my cup of tea, and then in maybe half an hour I'll have some lunch, and then I'll do the hoovering after that, and then I can sort of just sit down then for the rest of the afternoon. But yeah, this is all part of the reality of a disability. It's up and it's down, and today I'm quite down. Physically I'm quite down. Mentally I'm really down. I was editing some of this vlog together last night, and when I sort of watched the videos back, I noticed how much weight I've put on. And when I just look in the mirror, I think, oh yeah, I look okay, it's fine. I'm heavier than I'd like to be, but it's okay. But when I see it on camera, I just look horrific. I look awful, awful, awful. So I'm feeling quite sad about that today. And for the last couple of days now, I've felt this sort of sense that something really bad's going to happen. You know, like when you're nervous about something, you get that feeling in your stomach and you feel nervous and you feel afraid. I feel like that. I feel all balled up inside, like really tense, like something really bad's going to happen. I don't know what. I couldn't imagine what bad thing is going to happen. I just feel like something awful is going to happen, and it's a really horrible feeling. It's like that adrenaline, that fight or flight response all the time. I feel really on edge. So mentally and physically, today is not a good day for my disability. So I'm just about to go to bed or get into bed. So I'm going to take my evening tablets. So we have solifenacin, which is basically it's for your bladder. I think it stops the urge to pee. It stops bladder spasms. Stops you needing to wee. I think basically is what it is. I take one of those. I can't find it. There you go. Venlafaxine, which I take for headaches. It is an anxiety, sort of depression medication as well, but I take it for headache prevention. It does not work. And then I also take vitamin B12 as well. I take one of those a day. And then some nights I take a couple of these sort of passion fruit flavour peaceful Z gummies, which sort of help you to sleep a little bit better. They've got natural ingredients in that help with sleep. So I'm going to take a couple of those as well. And that's it. So it's Thursday. Just got home from work. Today felt like a really long day. The cat was trying to climb up my tights. Today's felt like a really long day. When you have a disability or a chronic illness and you hold down a job, it can be really tough. It can be really hard on you mentally and physically. I'm really tired. I'm so tired I could cry. I'm physically and mentally exhausted this week, and I don't really know why. Everything's really hard. Holding down a job is really hard, but I can't afford not to hold down a job. I can't afford to reduce my hours. Even with my 4 days and that gap in the middle of my days and the weekends, sometimes it's too much, but we're not in a position financially for me to be able to work any less. So I'm just kind of stuck in this endless cycle of exhaustion and tiredness, and I've accidentally brought my cardigan home. I usually leave it in work, so I'm annoyed at myself because I know I'll forget to take it back to work tomorrow. I always take my cardigan off before I leave. I don't know why I left it on today. So I'm gonna drag myself in and out of the bath now, put my pyjamas on, and then I'm gonna cook tea. And that's the other thing, actually. I have a disability. I have some chronic illnesses. I hold down a 30-hour-a-week job, and I also cook, clean and tidy when I get home. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It really is. But it all needs to be done. Everything has to be done. I can't just leave it. I can't not do these things. I have to go to work. I have to cook dinner. I have to clean the house. And that's the end of it, really. So despite all my physical and mental problems, I still have to fix up and look sharp. And that's it really. It is tiring. And I don't know, I think part of the problem is I've never really shouted that loud about my disability. I don't make a big deal of it. When I am in pain, I just sort of ignore it and I pretend that I'm not in pain. I don't let people know that I'm in pain. I just sort of get on with my day and hide everything as best as I can. I mean, today, for example, my back, sort of my kidneys are quite painful today. So I did go into the disabled toilet at work and have a bit of a teary eye for a couple of minutes. I managed to hold it together because I don't want to go back to work with a blotchy face. But I am in pain. I'm in pain 24 hours a day. It is relentless. My disability and my chronic illnesses are relentless. I never get a break. They never stop. I don't get a holiday from them. And I never really let people know that. So people, I think, don't really get how hard life is for me. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's time to go and have a bath, get my pyjamas on and sit down for half an hour before my husband gets home and wants his dinner.
Including 16 prawn-shaped prawns, pot corals for his rooks, and hammerhead sharks as kings. Each will be decorated in shimmering glazes of green and blue. Well, that's so fun!
So I've just got in from work on Friday afternoon. It has been the longest day. My anxiety has been absolutely through the roof today and I've been itchy. My entire body has itched all day. I could have scratched my skin off at multiple points today. It's been horrific. And I'm really angry at myself for letting my anxiety get the better of me. I'm furious. I'm furious because my scalp is flaky where I've been itching it. I'm really cross because I've got this horrible red patch on my eyebrow that won't go away. It's been there for months now and I'm pretty sure it's caused by the Botox that I have for my migraines, so I'm really cross about that. I feel anxious and I feel worked up. And today I feel really cross at myself for being disabled. I'm really cross. So I'm just running a bath. I'm gonna have a bath. I'm gonna put my pajamas on. I'm making chicken curry for tea tonight. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Part of disability is just being cross, I think. Being cross at the world, being cross at yourself, just being cross because you're disabled and you need allowances made, and then you're cross at people because they don't make allowances, even though you don't tell them you need them. You're just cross. They should preempt it. You're cross. I'm so angry. And that's not helping the itching. That's not helping my anxiety. It's been a long day.
Can I have a ruby hot chocolate, please?
Yeah, it's a small or medium?
A medium one.
Medium ruby chocolate, sure, anything else?
Actually, can I have 2 of those?
Yep, and that comes with cream.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, please, both of them.
Perfect.
Great.
So I'm in the car waiting for Neil, who's gone to have his hair done. It's really cold today. When I woke up this morning, my ankle was quite sore, which was annoying, but unfortunately we've got loads to do today, so I'm just going to have to get on with it, really. I just want to talk a little bit about where we are at the moment. So we're at this place called Royal William Yard, which is basically like an old sort of naval military storage place, and it's been converted into sort of fancy apartments and shops. There's a hotel, there's lots of restaurants, there's loads of restaurants. My hairdresser's is here as well. Now, because this place is really old and mostly listed buildings, it's not the most accessible of places, so a lot of the restaurants here have at least one step up into the building, and they don't. I've noticed none of them have ramps. I don't know if they have ramps inside that you could ask them for if you needed help to get into one of the venues here. I've never asked. I've been to a couple of the places here on crutches, and that was tricky enough. My hairdressers, for example, there's a step up into the shop, into the salon, and I've never asked because I've never needed to, but I don't know if they have a ramp or if they have a back entrance which is sort of street level. I don't know. But it's just the little things like that you don't really think about until you need them, that this place isn't terribly accessible, that it's got sort of a cobbly path that isn't terribly easy for me personally to walk on.
if I was to get a bus here, the bus stops outside the yard, and then it is, for me, quite a fair walk then into the yard from outside. So that's not great. And the road outside is very cobbled. It's a proper old-fashioned cobbled road. It's really hard to walk on. So that's not very accessible at all, really. So yeah, it's just sort of little things like that, especially in older buildings where you can't, obviously they were never built to specifications, they were never built to be equitable. So it's just what they can do after the event, especially in terms of keeping with their listed status and keeping the historical value of the building. It's hard to expect them to give you disability access. Yeah, so it's little things like that that can be a pain when you suffer from a disability or a chronic illness. Just little things like a simple step into a building that wouldn't bother the majority of people can actually hinder you, can make you go somewhere else, can make you seek an alternative venue because it's easier. And it's a shame, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah. So after this, we're going to go into town. I desperately need some tights because I stretch them out of shape completely. I find tights really hard to get on. So I sort of put them on quite awkwardly, and it just sort of puts undue wear and tear on them. So I need some tights. I need leggings as well because I spend a lot of time in leggings. So they've all gone a little bit see-through and nobody wants to see my backside. So that's the plan for today. When we get home, I've got some chores to do. I'm doing the litter tray today. And that's about it, really. It is my intention to try to not fall asleep during the day today, as often happens. I am going to try my hardest to stay awake. I did have quite a bad night, though. My hip is quite painful at the moment, and I don't know if I'm getting really old when I say that the cold weather affects my hip, because it really does. So that's it. So it's Saturday evening. Neil's watching Formula E. I've just come up to have a bath and get ready for bed. I was really, really tired after we'd been into town and been shopping. It was more than I ever do really at a weekend. And I've got a backache and my hips ache and I'm tired. And my plan to not fall asleep did not work. And I did fall asleep this afternoon. Not for long. And I've managed to stay awake since because I won't sleep tonight if I slept in the day. So yeah. Okay.
You have to edit this quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure.
Okay. Mate, am I a burden?
No, you're not a bloody burden, you twat. I hope your YouTube channel is allowed X-rated stuff, because you're a fucking twat if you're asking me questions.
X-rated? Is it annoying that I'm disabled?
No, it's not annoying at all.
Do you have to make allowances for it?
We just allow more time to do things sometimes.
And is that annoying?
No, it's not annoying. We just have to make sure there's not too much walking or there's places to rest. That's not annoying.
Is it a bonus that I have a blue badge so you get to park closer to stuff?
Yeah, that has its perks.
And do you regret marrying someone that has a disability?
No, you're just being a twat.
Okay. Do you worry that as I get older, it will get worse and you'll have to do more for me?
No.
Why not?
Because just take it how it comes.
And also you signed a legally binding agreement for better or for worse. In sickness and in health. I'm fairly sure it is legally binding. Do you ever wish that I wasn't disabled?
No, I don't even think about it.
Okay. Stop swearing.
No, because you're going to have to edit it more. And this is your punishment for making me talk on your vlog.
Do you love me?
I do love you, yes.
Even though I'm really annoying.
Even though you're asking me annoying questions.
But am I annoying?
No, you're not annoying. Yes, kind of is.
Thank you for my cup of tea.
You're welcome.
week in the life vlog. It's the last day of the week now. I've got to the end of it. I'm as tired at the end of it as I was at the start of it. My cat is eating my earrings. This week hasn't been as bad as some other weeks. Sometimes I am in a lot more pain, sometimes I'm in a lot less pain. It's unpredictable. Disability and chronic illness is really unpredictable. You can't. Hey Rocco. You can't predict what's going to happen. You can't predict how you're going to feel from one day to the next. So it makes it really hard to plan for anything. It makes it really hard to sort of make plans in advance, because I don't know how I'm going to be. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know if I'm going to be completely knocked out by a migraine. It is tricky. I've had a couple of bad headaches this week, and I haven't sort of filmed those or talked about them because they're quite debilitating. I can't really do anything when I've got them, so they haven't sort of featured. But headaches and migraines are a really big part of my life as well, so maybe I'll talk about that another time. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this week in the life. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into the ups and downs of disability and chronic illness and what it can be like from one day to the next. So if you liked this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, feel free to give me a thumbs down. I'm all for constructive criticism. Thank you for watching to the end if you did. If you like what you see here, don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell notification so that you know every time I upload. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.